Hello and good morning. So, there's actually a request that I missed from the other day. So, kind of back when I was doing the Fortress AI here, I was also asked to do the Kisiragi, as it's apparently referred to, which is kind of the mass-produced AC that comes out, coming out to defend the Fortress AI. Now, if I recall correctly, this one, namely the one on the right, it's actually the same one that shows up as a guard for a different Fortress AI down the road, but anyway, I'm not 100% sure on that. I know at the very least they use the same spiky shoulder pads, but either way. They look very similar if they're not exactly the same. But, yeah, I guess this was to see who would actually win between these two. Personally, I want to lean towards the, I'm just going to call it the guard AI, the Kisiragi. Which, by the way, it's got a couple parts switched around. Basically, it uses the same head as the other one, so, anyway, the head was already in use, and the blade was already in use, so I just kind of swapped those around. Both of them are set up for rapid fire as well as higher damage on their energy weapons. Oh my god, that mini salvo with its rapid fire is absurd. Love it. So actually, yeah, the Fortress AI, though, is a little bit stronger than it should be because of those shoulders. Normally it doesn't have this many shots, so that's kind of the main difference between them right now. Oh, dang. Well, there you go. I actually thought that was going the other way around, but as often happens, I was mixing up the health bars. Alright. Well, there we go. That's one to the Kisiragi so far. Give us another go. If you're wondering on music, by the way, it is Silent Line 3, one of many alternate versions of Silent Line and Artificial Line and whatever else from, well, Silent Line. Those names got creative. But, yeah. It's basically the intro theme. And, okay, now it appears that Kisaragi's winning just on merit of the other guy getting completely lost. Alright, fair enough. I mean, in this case, it's more or less to be considered accurate because they are both clunky and not particularly great AIs. So, works out just fine. But yeah, there was some worry that this Kisaragi thing here wouldn't do particularly great, that it would be a little bit janky. But, yeah, no, this thing, even with its starter boosters, even with its relatively iffy weaponry, it's still going to do quite a bit. Just because those mid-rockets are pretty insanely damaging. I mean, blades are blades. This one, actually, blade-wise, it wasn't much worse off as far as going with this one. So normally, just to kind of show you before this last round here, so it's, you know, like a 200 upgrade, but it's not the end of the world. Honestly, I could probably switch them to this one and it wouldn't make that much of a difference. This one's just easier to color off as it should be. You know what? Screw it. Just for the sake of proving that it won't make a difference, I'm going to switch her over to this one. But that double-shot pulse rifle often gets underestimated, especially in FF. Just because, yeah, I mean, it's still firing 2 shots. It's gonna still end up doing a lot more damage than a lot of other things. Plus mixing with the EOs, plus mixing with the high damage mid-rockets, you know, it's solid. Not to mention it's got pretty decent cooling parts. It's relatively low drain for the amount of cooling that it has. I mean, this is pretty close to the kind of thing that I would end up going through Silent Line with. I mean, especially the Gale arms, I freaking love those things. And yeah, now he's just gonna go and just rip his this thing that he's guarding a new one once again. Yeah, I don't think that thing's even got a chance here. And it's kind of a bonus. We'll go through and see how it does against the helpers. Maybe we'll just do 1 round each on the helpers. See if any of them would have made it. See, and right here, this gets kind of underestimated a lot, but this is one of the reasons that AIs can do so friggin' well in FF. And one of the reasons that some enemies are particularly annoying in Last Raven. But the blindness factor doesn't exactly get taken into consideration very often. Like in that case, the Mini Sawa is fantastic for blinding people, but doesn't do jack for blinding an AI, obviously. Right, I think Storms had one, right? You got Fire Burst, alright. Go with Fire Burst, see how he does. Fire Burst shouldn't really have a chance, because this guy should be able to outflank him. I would think Karam might have a chance, maybe? Let's see, probably, maybe Karam, almost definitely not Irony. Actually, it's a maybe on Irony, because he's kind of fast. Rodeo, I'd almost immediately write off, but he's actually probably got the best chance of the bunch, just because he moves around so much. Oh man. This is just beautiful right here. Like, mix of EOs and rockets is weirdly satisfying to me. There we go. He wins another one. Amazing how good his clones are doing. I mean, I assume they're just sending out new clones instead of bothering to rebuild the originals. Alright. I think Finale had one, right? Oh, I'm most definitely wrong on that. Tomato had at least one. Let's see, has Water Hazard? Yeah. Your Water Hazard does. They're not one of the helpers, but screw it, they're from Silent Line. It's funny, if they're in the second slot, sometimes it kind of looks like that, well, it used to be the Vin head, but you know, the radar head. Kind of looks like it's a little bit janky from the camera angle they use. Alright, this one's got a chance. The thing is, if some rockets suddenly hit him, he's gonna have problems. Yeah, that double pulse rifle's really catching him up really quick. I mean, the AI derped out there, but that's kind of what I was talking about right there. Like, he was behind almost 2k in AP, and almost ended up winning it. Switched over to his rockets for some reason, presumably energy reasons. But yeah, could have done a lot better there. Now, Weirdos, I'm sure, must have had at least one. Chariot, yeah, he shows up for one of them. Or no, wait, I'm thinking of... No, wait, that is Ronin. Okay. What friggin' one does he show up in? I can't remember now. I think he shows up for the airport one. Because, you know, when you need somebody to shoot things out of the sky, you get the guy with 2 pistols, of course. You know, natural choice. Actually, the way that this guy attacks and just in general his whole setup kind of reminds me of those Amida bug things. It's like where they're just hopping up and down, putting out little slicey lasers. Yeah, one thing that they definitely learned when it came to putting in a new AI system for Verdict Day, they finally allowed for adjusting what ranges you want them to use stuff at, which definitely allowed for a lot better fine-tuning. So, for example, with this guy, would have definitely preferred to set him up to only use rockets at either very long range or very short range, and just leaving mid-range entirely up to the pulse gun. But it did not quite do that. And this situation right here is why, because mid-range is kind of their blind spot, more or less, as far as when the AI is using them anyway. I mean, personally, that's kind of my preferred area for those things, but still. As far as the AI is concerned, like, nope, I can't predict that far. Alright, I think Awesome had one of them. Nah, dang it. Whatever. Next one's gonna be the last one. We're going a little bit long here. It was on... Storms? No, that's this one. Championship, maybe. I'm looking for either Irony or... You know what? Solo. No, Karam. There we go. So this is a remade version of Karam. To be as close to his original while still trying to improve him a little bit. Namely, his rifle, or at least his closest analog to his rifle, is this one this time around. He kind of was going for, the whole heat gun thing, so he kind of needed a heat gun there. He can't use his clusters at all in here, so that sucks for him, but oh well. And then I just gave him the claw blade because I figured, you know what? He's a bird, he needs his talons. Come on. You can do it, Karam. If he beats him, everybody but Fireburst would have been considered a win, I think. Oh. And you're charging. Never mind. You're probably toast. Come on, you can do it. Now you're kind of in a bad way, but you can do it. Yeah, no, he absolutely cannot do it. Ah, hell. Whatever, one more. I don't know why I keep loading up Awesome. I know it's not here. Renegade, is that one of them? Nope, most certainly was not. 7? Well, I mean, there's a rotation. He gets killed off by an AI. There we go. He seems like a fitting end. Yeah, rotation's got some definite cooling problems. Pretty severe ones. Although, it does seem to be pulling it through pretty well here. Oh crap! He actually managed to overload this thing completely. You know what? As much as he has cooling problems, rotation is still one of my favorites online, guys. Just everything about his build is amazing. And I might remake him at some point. Just because of how awesome it is. Just remake him without his cooling issues. Because early on I was always trying to give them the same kind of problems they had in the original. And, yeah. There we go. Good job. So, let me know if you have any other requests, and I'll see you then.